Hey there, folks. I'm Joe Crawford of artloan.com. Pretty much every day I go to CSS Battle Dev, do the daily target, and record myself solving it. I attempt to get to 100% match. Of course, the website has to load. So we will cross our fingers that it will load. That is alarmingly not loading. Let's try again. There we go. Oh, we got circles. Oh, I love a circle. All right. We got shapes. What are the shapes? We got circles and circles. Okay, so I think this can be done with 1, 2, 3 radial gradients. That's what I think. So what are the radial gradients? We will go what? Top to bottom. So the first radial gradient is 1Q. So radial gradient 1Q, and it's transparent in the middle, right? And it's got a radius, I'll call it 30 pixels. And then it's got this dark color. Okay. So 30 pixels is wrong. We're going to make it a little wider. 30, 40, 50. Great. And then it's at 50%, and then it's got a width. So we want more circles. So is it 200, 160, 150, 140? That looks right. So that's the first radial gradient. Okay, what's the second one? The second one is 1Q again. So that 1Q is the key. You could also use the keyword circle, but 1Q is shorter. We just need a measure, a single measure that stands in for the proportions of width to height. In this case, 1Q says, okay, it's 1Q. The single number says it's 1Q, 1Q. So that makes sure that it ends up being a circle in terms of a radius. All right. So I think I would do the green inner and yellow outer. So to do that, I'm going to say 1Q at, and I believe I need like 70 pixels percent. And I'll do green, 10 pixels, and then yellow. And I'll do like 40 pixels. So you can kind of see that. I'm going to add no repeat just because I want to make sure that I do the right thing. Okay, so that I think it's at what, 60? And then that radius is 20. And then we'll call this radius 2. And then I'm going to add transparent as the outer edge. 2, 3, 4, 5. Great. So that's the second one. Now, I'm going to let it repeat now. And what you see is that that radial gradient actually stops. So I need to say what? It's at 0 slash and then 100 pixels wide. So there, and I got multiple circles. 2, 3, 2, 7, 2, 8. And that gives me those other circles. Now, I don't like this at. So I'm going to nuke this. But that means I need to set an background position X. Minus 10 pixels. Minus 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. You see those moving? 60, 70, 80. Boom. And then the final radial gradient. So that all worked. The final radial gradient, 1Q, 20 pixels. I have OX, not PX, and then green fills it all in. Yellow actually needs to be the center color. And that's it. Submit. This is a perfectly acceptable way to solve this puzzle. I think this is 100%. Let's find out from the server. It is 100% match. So minify, unit replace, what would probably change here? 280 pixels probably reduces, yeah, to 70 view VW. So yeah, a bunch of numbers get changed there. We can lop off the closing braces. That's great. 3 radial gradients is the way I did that. And I like that solution. Now, we could also do, how about a display flex? $60 and $60. Display flex. So I'm doing this. Display flex. Gap, 10 pixels. Margin, 50, 50. Okay. Where do we stand? 10, 6, 7, 8, 82. 3, 4, 5. 3, 4. Okay. Let's do border radius. Border radius 50%. Now we got circles. 90, 100, and 100. Then we increase this gap. 20, 30, 40. And now we have circles of the right size. And we know they're 100 by 100. Now, do we want to do borders? I don't really want to do that. So I'm going to do a background. I still want to do a radial gradient. And we're going to do a variable for each. Var of A or green, 20 pixels. Can't remember, that's the number. And then a variable of B or yellow. And that worked. So now we need a way to change those colors. So for the B, which I'll put on the middle one, I'll say dash dash A is yellow. And dash dash B is the green. And I think that's a match. You could do this with borders. You could do this in other ways. Minify, unit replace. That's a fun way to do that too. I like that. Didn't necessarily have to use flex. Could do it with elements and shadows. So 2 elements, a bigger one and a small one, and then do the shadows. That's possible too. But that's so the better solution is what, this 679 one. I like that. All right, that's it. It's been a long day. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. Go make a web page. Go do it. Web pages are great. All right, talk to you later. Bye.